This is easily the most difficult block I've tried to work with so far, and at the scale I'm attempting, there's a real chance it just does not work out. I don't know if it'll look good in the end, I don't even know if it'll look okay or passable, but we're gonna find out. Stick around to the end to see the final results. This is day 14 of my 30 days, 30 builds challenge, and today's block was picked completely at random, like every other. The second I saw it, I knew it was going to be a problem. It's not something that I've ever worked with before. Not because it's bad, but because it refuses to be subtle and it doesn't fit into any of my preconceived styles. Every build I thought about felt wrong. Too flat, too safe, too boring. So, instead of playing it safe, I did the absolute opposite. I picked a style I've never built in before just to see if I could force this block to behave. And man, did I regret it super early on. From the start, this build was so frustrating, it wasn't even funny. At this point in the build, I actually thought I had it under control. I was feeling confident in the shapes that I was putting down. The details were stacking up and I was feeling pretty proud of myself. I thought, yeah, this is working. I might actually pull this off. Oh, let me tell you how naive I was. If only I had known the chaos that was waiting for me at the finish line and this passable, maybe not, apartment building. I started adding with the little touches that I usually throw into any apartment style build. A couple of lights, some decorative blocks and balconies, not really thinking about the cyberpunk aesthetic that I was supposed to be following. I was basically building what felt comfortable, not what looked futuristic, edgy, or neon drenched. And of course, that decision would come back to haunt me. Or would it? There's still a chance, right, that it looks good. Probably not, but there's still a chance. Maybe the mistakes, the compromises, the bit of the style that I ignored might somehow just work. Or maybe I just end up with something that looked like a normal apartment that someone had accidentally dropped into a neon city like some misplaced asset. Either way, I knew things were about to get very, very interesting. The details in this build were an absolute nightmare to add. Honestly, I had no idea what I was doing and Pinterest wasn't helping at all. I mean, who knew typing cyberpunk apartment would mostly just give me pictures of neon signs, random furniture, and things that looked like nothing of the style that I was going for. I saw so many AI generated things that honestly, it's a wonder that humans even exist. I felt less like a builder and more like a caveman who'd just been handed a gaming set and told, make it futuristic. And every block I placed was a wild guess. I was slapping down lights, pipes, random panels, things that looked vaguely cyberpunk, but instead just looked like a busted GTA 5 landscape. At one point, I just stepped back, stared at it, and thought, yeah, this is either gonna be an absolute masterpiece or an absolute crime against whatever I'm building here, and there is no in between. I just had to send it. And send it I did. The final touches were on, the lights were probably flickering incorrectly, the signage was empty, and the AC was probably broken. And honestly, I don't think this build was worth staging at all. Don't get me wrong, it's not the absolute worst thing I've built. When I was a kid, I made dirt houses with less personality than a grease stain. But calling this a work of art, let's not get crazy. Would I build in this style again? Sure, if someone had my family hostage and said one more cyberpunk apartment or else. Otherwise, probably not. It's exhausting, confusing, and at some point I think I accidentally made an apartment that belongs in a post-apocalyptic theme park instead of a neon city. I was confused the entire way around and it is definitely not a style I'm comfortable in. Still, there's something oddly satisfying about it. It's chaotic, it's weird, it's got the personality of a very, very angry toaster, and somehow I kind of love it. Maybe not enough to repeat it voluntarily, but enough to remember it forever, even if the memory is seared and blackened in my mind.